Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of the Magical Journey podcast, a League of Legends podcast. Uh, I'm your host, Dr. Koopa. Joining me today, we have, as always, Taiki Spacco, Andrew. Say hello.
Hey.
And my other PhD fellow brethren, Dr. Jalbert.
Oh,
So, yeah, uh, I know it's been a while since we did our last episode. We've had a lot of problems lining up schedules and whatnot, but we're here, we're ready, we're excited to talk about our favorite game, League of Legends. So we're gonna get into it. Where do you want to start off, boys? Anyone got any preferences on what we talk about first?
Nah.
No? Alright, well,
how Jhin is a terrible AD carry.
alright, you want to start Jhin? We can start Jhin.
Yeah.
I just played him for the first time right before recording this, because I wanted to get a feel for him before I started talking about him. Shout out to Summoner Mangled Puppets, because I was in a Git lobby, and he was before me, and he wanted to play mid lane Jhin, and he let me play it so I could talk about it during this podcast. Just shout out to Mangled Puppets. But I went... Laning phase was kind of tricky at first. I was trying to auto-attack the enemy, and that wasn't going so well. I kept getting double bombed by a zillion. And farming's difficult with the 4-shot. You miss a lot under tower. But at some point, I started to go off, chaining his traps in his W to get stuns and massive damage. And I ended up being like 7-1-7 at one point. But then I ended up... We had got into like team fights. I had Sated Xin Zhao and the new Shen. But I couldn't really do much because these tanks in their front line, I didn't have enough damage or like attack speed to shred them, which I think is his biggest problem, is his 4 shots. Like, you can burst down squishies super quick with them, but like tanks become a real problem, I found. Have any of you... I know, Corey, you said you haven't played him yet. Andrew, have you played him?
Yeah, I played a couple games as him
What do you think?
yesterday. Yeah, pretty much. I did well, I think. He felt, because I know the whole thing with Jhin is you kind of want to like be at a distance, but when it comes to like team fights and stuff, the bulk of your damage comes from your auto attacks and you, which are kind of close range, a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in like a 5-on-5 team fight and you're trying to like Q and auto attack people, your ult becomes like you have to have some peel for your ult.
Yeah. I was also having trouble with his ult at one point. I know, like, I was like trying to shoot it at someone, but like I was angling it wrong, so they were always like just outside of the cone. And that was mostly my fault. And just like bad mouse placement, but I was having trouble. And then I wasn't good at actually hitting the ult. If you land like one of them, it's easier to hit the next few, but I was always missing, which made it tricky. I really like his W though. I was able to really pick people off from a distance with it, comboing it with enemy or friendly spells to stun, or like picking people off in the fog of war, because the range on that is absurd. I was like at the enemy red buff and like shot someone at their first tier mid tower and got a kill with it. I was like, this is absurd. So that part of it's cool, but yeah, I definitely don't think he's a good AD carry. He just doesn't have the DPS that you need. He's very like damage over time as opposed to like burst and being able to like shred tanks, which tanks are starting to have a comeback in the meta in the top lane and in the jungle. So he just, I feel like, doesn't fit with that.
Yeah, the reload mechanic just kills him too.
Yeah, I miss so much farm because of reload. It's a pain.
Yeah, not only that, but like if you ever like, because I was fed in one of my games and I just went to go kill someone and they were on like half health, and like my 4th auto attack just barely didn't kill him, and he ended up killing me in the time it took me to reload.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. You have to like dance around in the background, which, I mean, those are the kind of champions I like. I play Ashe and other champions that can kind of hover in the back, Varus, poke down, wait it out, gangplank, and then whittle down until you have the ability to like kill them. But I don't know. A lot of people don't play like that. I know when I was in Champion Select, a lot of people were talking bad about him because he's just not good. He doesn't have the damaged output that he needs. Uh, but I mean, people said the same thing about Tom Kench, and now look where he is in the LCS. People always said
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
he's
they
garbage.
buffed Tom Kench. That's why he's good.
That's true. So maybe they'll
And
buff
people
Jhin.
people figured out what to do with him. So maybe it is a thing if people don't know what to do. But I would imagine his position is not going to be AD carry.
Yeah.
Like it could be mid or maybe even support, just like being a ranged poke.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, I
Because
could.
like yeah, they took so much trade off from his basics in order to give him that W and the R.
Mm-hmm.
But like being able to combo a route with your allies from like the river is great if you're like roaming, but if you're just trying to fight 2v2 bot lane, it's not a very good skill because you're normally too close to each other.
Yeah, that's his problem. Is he
And
wants to be
his
far away.
ult is so easy to dodge and to just hit him out of it, and like it really doesn't do much damage unless you have zero armor. So I think it needs like armor pen or something, percent health. Like it needs to do something to tanky people. Because
Yeah.
normally whenever I'm against Jhin, I just stand in front of him and tank the 4 shots
Yeah,
so
if
he
you're
can't
like
hit
a
anybody.
tank.
Or if I have CC, I just push him out of it.
Yeah. The one thing I like about his ult, and like if you get pushed out of it or cancel it early, is this cooldown scales depending on how many shots you fired. Like, so I shot one bullet and like Cassiopeia stunned me with an ult, and my cooldown was on 18 seconds. I was like, well, that's pretty cool, I guess. I don't have to wait the full
So you
cooldown.
can you cancel the ult intentionally after you
Yeah,
get
so you
like
can
the
like do
shot
one
off?
shot, kill someone, and cancel the ult by like walking, and then it'll go on a reduced cooldown.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I like that aspect of it. But like overall, I just don't think he has a place right now in the meta. He doesn't have the damage to tanks like we were talking about, and he wants to be far away, but he can't do that in the bot lane. So maybe he can be a good mid laner. I don't know. I feel like people aren't gonna really see anything or like figure him out until he's played in the LCS. If he is, Alawi's been available for a couple of weeks now, and no one's played her. So who knows if they'll
Yeah,
actually
I've
see
heard.
Jhin.
I saw one video where all the pros played Alawi, and they were all like, "This champion is garbage."
Yeah, it seems that no
Yeah, but
one
that's
likes
that's
Alawi.
like when they first come out. They make that video for every champion.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Like
Like they said
when
the same thing about
pros
Edge.
play blah. Yeah, they all say they're terrible, and then they play them like 3 weeks later when they realize they're amazing.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. I don't know if Alawi will work just because of like the way they do lane swaps in the LCS and stuff like that. I don't see her doing well in that situation at all. But you never know.
The good news is I feel like Jhin could be fixed. Like I feel like they're just gonna tweak his reload speed numbers and things like that, and like he'll probably be pretty easy to balance.
Yeah,
Just the 2.5 seconds is way too long.
yeah, it's really brutal. Both for team.
Graves
and
reload
farm.
takes like less than a second,
Yeah, Graves is
and
insane.
it gets faster with attack speed.
Speaking of Graves, he's broken right now. And anyone, I don't own Graves, so I haven't personally played him, but I played against him, and it's not fun. Have any of you played him or played against him recently? I feel
mean,
like I'm seeing
I
it
have.
every game.
I don't play him jungle, but I have a 5 mastery on Graves
Do you? From AD carry or top?
from AD carry.
Filthy.
Yeah, I mean most people don't play him AD carry, but he still does have a high win rate in
Yeah.
like top jungle and AD carry.
He has the highest win rate for a character that plays 3 roles, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, he's just doing so much damage out of the jungle in the top lane. He's pick ban in every game, and it's really kind of annoying at this point. Definite Graves nerfs incoming. Another champion that's risen up in the meta recently, one of my personal favorites, who I started playing and then realized he was broken, is Udyr.
the bear.
Yeah, Flash Bear Slap. Him
Yeah,
with
dude.
Runic Echoes, and you get Swifties. You do the movement speed build, as it's being called, and you just run at people and burst them down with Phoenix Stance, and then Turtle and Bear and run away. And he's nuts right now. He's also being banned a lot. I'm playing him a lot. I really enjoy Udyr. But yeah,
Played him mid.
yeah. Tell that story about how you accidentally played him mid.
Yeah. Well, getting in a game, got mid lane. I was like, okay, go to Twisted Fate. He's my safe pick. So I'm hovering Twisted Fate. I go to click lock in, accidentally click Udyr, and then without thinking that I've accidentally just clicked Udyr, I clicked the lock in button. So I'm like, oh my god, I just clicked Udyr mid. And so I play AP Udyr mid, and I first build Ginsu's, and we destroyed.
Yeah, didn't you go off in that game?
Yeah, we like, I think at the end of the game I was like 12-5 or something.
That's crazy.
So it was a good game.
Yeah, so I guess that worked out for you. That just shows how broken like AP Udyr is right now. You can
Plus
just
my
go
my
off.
junglers, my team was all for it. They were like, okay, we know that you messed up, but we're gonna make this work. And my jungler like got me fed early, so
Good guy jungler.
yeah.
Any other champs you've seen in the current meta? Like people playing a lot? Any like weird things happening other than Graves and Udyr right now?
Not particularly.
No, I don't feel like I've seen anything. Like Marksman got Corki, who's really strong, and then like Lucian Misfortune, and then everyone's viable basically right now. Top lane,
Not Jhin.
not Jhin. Tanks are starting to come back in the top lane, but you still got people uh, like Gangplank and stuff. Mid's very varied. Support, you can play anyone. Jungle, a lot of people with runic echoes, like they're all good, and then the tank jungle is always good. So the meta's pretty steady right now. Besides Graves being broken and Udyr rising up again.
Yeah,
Have
I don't even know if it's Udyr though, or if it's the jungle item.
you think
To
it's
be
runic
honest,
echoes?
I think there's a problem with that item because I feel like 10% movement speed and the amount of mana it gives back is great for some people who need it. Like I'm sure Evelyn, she might actually be usable again with it,
Yeah.
but like there's got to be a bunch of champions that's just dumb on. Like I almost
Yeah.
want to try AP's in Zhao jungle for that
Oh
item.
man, that could be interesting.
Yeah, like when Cinderhulk came out and like Sejuani became like the best
Oh man,
jungler all of a sudden.
I really
Like
want to try Echo with the new runic echoes because I used to jungle him a lot when he first came out, and then they kind of like nerfed him because they didn't want you playing him as a tank jungler. But I wonder if he can be like a good AP assassin jungler now.
Eventually.
Definitely something I want to check out. But yeah, a lot of people are talking about like they took out not Magus. What was the one before runic echoes?
Glaive?
Runeglaive. Yeah, they took out Runeglaive and put in runic echoes in its place. But why not have both? So that like, because Runeglaive
You
was
have
super
those
helpful
two
for like
different
people
play
like Evelyn,
styles.
who was auto attacking a lot while also um, like casting spells. So it was really helpful for her. But like runic echoes, I feel like Fiddlesticks was a huge part of that because everyone complained because Runeglaive
Yeah,
was
it
absolutely
didn't.
pointless on Fiddlesticks.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It feels like they could have kept both in for more jungle diversity, which is like what they're all about. But it seems like they only want one jungle like item type for AP, one for AD, one for tank, and then one for attack speed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just seems like they could have more options. There's no need to take the other ones out. Have either of you played the new Shen yet,
Nope.
Corey?
Have not.
Man, I love the new Shen. So you know, Corey, how I used to be a huge fan of Shen in the top lane.
Yeah.
He was like my go-to guy. So I was really excited for the update, and I've gotten to play him. I haven't played him in the top lane yet, because every time I get top lane in ranked, I just automatically go Udyr, or not Udyr. I lied, Gangplank, because I love the Gangplank. But jungle Shen is pretty awesome. His ability to dodge with his W in that AoE, you can like dodge 2 attacks from a camp to keep you healthy. And his new Q, where it gives him the 3 boosted auto attacks, is really helpful. And you have really strong clear. Like if you rush Cinderhulk, and then like I'm pretty sure Titanic Hydra is like a must build on him right now because it really helps with your damage output. He's really sick. I've also watched a video of someone building Devourer with Titanic Hydra on him and then going full tank. That was awesome. That's definitely something I want to try. But yeah,
his new Q and W are really cool, and I feel like it's a more interesting interaction than it was before. And I think he's really strong. I'm really excited to try him in the top lane, and I enjoy playing him in the jungle a lot.
And you have the classic E and R to help your lanes.
Yeah, they
So.
didn't change those at all. I feel like his taunt's harder to hit. I know they nerfed it like a year and a half ago, but I feel like after the update, it's even harder to hit. I feel like I'm missing it just barely each time, like right on the edge of my hitbox. But yeah, I really enjoy the new Shen. The skins are awesome. Corey, he was talking about which skin was it?
PPA,
Yeah, dude, and the thingies, the clapper things.
dongers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PPA dongers. He makes the dong noise whenever you hit someone now. It's hilarious.
Yeah, man. If that skin goes back on sale, I definitely want to pick it up. Add it to my Shen skin collection. They made all of his other ones look
Collection.
cool. Like the splash arts look super cool, and in game they're awesome too. They did a great visual update for him. He's definitely.
I'm really loving the I'm loving the new splash art updates.
Yeah, I like that they do that and like keep them up to date and make them look pretty to match the rest of the game. Big fan of those.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But it's also a little sad that like all the classic ones that are like so bad, like get updated because those were kind of like, I don't know, like I can't think of the
Go
word,
play
but like
Kennen.
Go play Ken.
Yeah.
Go play Tarek.
yeah, that's not Tarek soon.
Not
Tarek
for much
update is
longer
soon.
with Tarek though.
I'm pretty pumped about that. I've always loved him. I'm curious to see how they're gonna change him. If he's still gonna be like a stun bot in support, or if they like gonna switch him to like a top lane tank like people play him anyways. Sky's the limit, and gems are truly outrageous. All right, let's move on to the LCS and our fantasy league. So we'll talk LCS first because we've missed 3 weeks of LCS.
Yeah.
We're in the fourth currently, and we haven't talked about any of them. So let's do that. Andrew, tell me about your favorite team.
Oh, you mean Immortals?
Yeah.
Well, Immortals are true to their name and they haven't lost. I don't think they will.
They're 6-0. They're looking real strong right now. There's only 3 teams they haven't played yet, right? Because there's 10 teams in the league.
Yeah, that'd be CLG Liquid, which is coming up this week, and another team. I think Ignitas?
Yeah, I don't think any of them will put up a threat at all. So
Yeah. I mean, I think the CLG game will be a good game, but I think Immortals will take it because they're Immortals.
Yeah, they're doing absolutely nuts. Other teams, let's see, TSM and Cloud9, like the heavy hitters who's won every split previously, they're in the middle
Yeah,
of the
they
pack
were-
right now.
They were projected to be like top 3 with Immortals.
they're doing pretty mediocre right now.
Yep.
Tragic.
I feel like
TSM.
yeah, TSM's having problems meshing. Like they're still a new team. I feel like by the end of the season they can really get good. Cloud9,
Yeah, TSM got recently perfect gamed by NRG
yeah, that was a crazy one.
with that zillion mid.
With yeah, ganked by mom.
Yeah.
So you got Immortals in first, 6-0, and then tied for seconds, Counter Logic Gaming and Energy with 4-2. I'm like partially surprised that CLG is at the top because with the change of Double Lift, I didn't
Yeah.
know, and Pobelter, I didn't know if they'd be able to stay there, but it seems like they're holding together strong and still being able to carry under the radar too, because not a lot of people are really talking about them.
Yeah.
And then Energy, I wasn't sure. I knew Gank by Mom was going to be a really strong player, and the rest of their roster looked pretty good, so I'm not surprised that they're doing well. And then tied for fourth at 3-3, you got Impulse, Cloud9, Liquid, and TSM, which, there you go, in the middle of the pack, you got like the 3 long-standing teams of Cloud9, Liquid, and TSM. Like, everyone expected them to be doing a little bit better, but honestly, they're in the middle of the pack. They're still trying to figure things out with a lot of roster swaps and such.
Yeah, people expect. I heard that people expected Liquid to do worse.
Yeah, so I think they're
Like,
doing pretty decent. Their games are stretching out super long. So,
yeah, but they in the beginning of the season, they definitely had a shaky start.
yeah.
Um, but now they've dropped I Will Dominate and C for Dardock and Matt. So,
Um, I think they
and they seem
dropped
to be doing,
Special, but um,
yeah,
who's
they
Dominate retired.
Special, yeah, Dominate retired, and Special moved to a challenger team, I
I
think.
believe so.
But
Yeah,
they had Smoothie before after that, and then Smoothie,
he went back to
um,
TDK, didn't he?
I don't know, but now they have Dardock and Matt, and they seem to be doing much better with them.
Yeah, they're doing really good. I'm surprised. The biggest surprise out of all the teams tied for fourth is Impulse. No one expected Impulse to win a game, but then they got their roster
Yeah,
finalized, and now they're on a 3-game win streak, which is crazy. Like, Impulse kind of came out of nowhere, so that's exciting to see.
yeah. Like after week one, everyone thought Impulse was going to be like like the TDK basically
Yeah.
of this game, except TDK would have done good.
And then you got Dignitas at in eighth place at 2-4, which no one's surprised. It's where Dignitas usually is. And then ninth place at 1-5. You have a tie between Renegades and Echo Fox. Renegades, I expected a little bit more from. I know Remy just retired, and they had to switch out. Did they switch someone else? I don't remember.
I
But
believe. Do they still have a different AD carry, or is Freeze back?
Freeze is back now. But
Okay.
yeah, they've had a lot of little things going on, and they just don't seem to be able to compete with the bigger teams. Like, they put up fights, but like they just aren't organized enough. And then Echo Fox, I don't think anyone expected to do really good. It's just kind of like a bunch of people thrown together. I know Froggen was having problems with visas and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's what they're looking like. And what's going on over in Europe?
E2.
G2, man. G2 is killing it. And that came out of nowhere.
Did not expect that.
I don't think anyone picked a G2 player in our fantasy, and now they're basically all gone.
Yep.
So, I'm bringing up the standings for them right now, so we can run down that real quick. If
Yeah,
it wants
and
to load.
and the fourth week of EULCS is done at this moment in time.
Yes.
So
So, end of the fourth week, we got G2 and H2K tied at 7-1. H2K is also doing really good. They're just having like good team comps, good team fights, meshing really well, making good plays, and that's nice to see. And then, yeah, G2 Esports, they came out of nowhere. Perks is so good, their mid laner.
their whole team's good.
Yeah, Unicorns of Love is in third place, 6-2. They're staying strong. Fanatics 5-3. That's pretty decent, about where we expected to see them. They're tied with Vitality, who's 5-3. And then you got Origin, sole possession of sixth place at 4-4. We were definitely expecting more from them. They kind of dropping the ball, I feel. Definitely not playing as well as they did when they were a top 4 team
Yeah.
at Worlds. I don't know if it has to do with Power of Evil, but he seemed to be playing the same as Expect. Just
Yeah.
people just can't seem to put their finger on why they're not really doing so hot.
Yeah.
And then you got seventh place is Elements with 3-5. It's about where you'd expect them. Splice, formerly Dignitas EU, they're 2-6, so they're not doing so hot. Rockats in ninth place, 1-7. No one's really expecting them to do anything. And then Giants are 0-8 at 10th place, and people are probably not expecting them to win the game. I think they're pretty demoralized if you watch them play.
Yeah. That one play where Xpepi flashed under the turret.
Yeah, he's playing as Ari, and like the guy
Vitality.
would have died if he didn't flash and
Yeah.
try to kill him because he had Ignite on him. Yeah, they're just not doing super hot right now. But EU's definitely more like NA's more grouped in the standings than EU is. EU's like a very
Yeah.
defined ladder tier, and like you can expect
Have like
people to win games over the people who are lower than them at this point.
yeah, you have like those bottom 4 teams and like those top I don't know, like 2.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
I'm enjoying LCS. People are complaining about either the games are going too fast and they're not enjoyable to watch, but then you get like a really long game with a lot of kills and they're saying it's like a shit show and it's not organized. It's like, I don't know what these people expect, but
It's League of Legends.
I
Like,
personally like watching tactical games where no one dies because you definitely like see the coordination between the teams and like how the game is unfolding in a strategic level. But a lot of people don't like that, and I mean that's just their personal preference. Like,
yeah, it's like, what do you want? Like a 30-minute game every single time?
yeah, it's like
Like
comparing.
it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's like comparing it to hockey. Like, I like to go and watch hockey games and just like watch the actual sport, but majority of the people go to watch hockey games just to watch players beat the crap out of each other. And I don't
Yep.
know
True.
if people want to watch League just to watch people killing one another, but I prefer to watch the tacticalness of the esport itself. But that's my
Everyone
personal
likes
preference.
fantasy points.
Everyone likes fantasy points. Yeah. So speaking of fantasy points, we'll talk about
segue.
our league, Leak Squid. I guess we can first address where the name Leak Squid comes from. So originally,
Please, because I am in the dark.
oh, so you don't know the origin of this?
Nope.
All right. So basically, we started out as Geek Squad. That's what we were known as in high school. Our group of friends, we were just called the Geek Squad because we were a bunch of losers, having fun, playing nerd things. And so that's what the first fantasy league was Geek Squad. Then the following season, I accidentally dropped the what letter did I lose? There was one letter I accidentally dropped in the squad. It might have been the A. I think it was so. It was just
Right.
SQUD, right?
That Geek Squad.
Yeah. So it was Geek Squad, and everyone made fun of me because I accidentally forgot to add that A. So the next season, I was like, well, I'm going to change it by one letter again, and I made it Geek Squid. So it's Geek SQUID. So now we were Geek Squid, and then this current season, got to keep the theme of changing one letter going. So now we're Leak Squid, and that is our fantasy's name. Yeah. So in the Leak Squid fantasy, we got Andrew, the International Justice League Society of something.
It was the International Justice League of Super Acquaintances, Jeff.
That's what it was. Sorry, I'm rusty. You are standing at the top 3-0, and then we got Derek, Super Weenie Hut Jr. He's 2-1, and then we got a big tie for third place. We got the Mediocre Clarinet Player Society at 1-2, which is Colin. Go CLG with a question mark, who is Tyler at 1-2. Every Villain is Lemons, myself at 1-2, and 5 Failures, Dr. Jalbert at 1-2. So
We're all tied for last.
we're all tied. No, we're all tied for third.
And last.
Technically, also last.
Well, shut up. So yeah, Andrew, you got a lot of Immortals players, which no one.
I have 2 Immortals players.
That's a lot. But yeah, so you're crushing it right now. You have a really strong team.
I know.
Um,
Piglet is the highest point scorer in all of the league.
Who, Piglet?
Yep.
Yeah, so you got Piglet
And-
racking in points for you.
yeah.
You got Hoonie and Rave over that combo.
Well-
But you're not getting as many points as I thought they would.
Because Immortals is like closing out games really fast sometimes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our standings. It's just really nice to see Tyler not absolutely dominating our fantasy league for the first time.
That usually happen.
He does that every single season. He just picks all CLG and just dominates. But it's not happening. So yeah, it's looking good so far.
Apparently Steelback is also like up there in the top point
Yeah,
scorers.
dude, Unicorns gets a lot of points. I have Vizichachi as my top laner. He gets me a lot of points. It's pretty sweet. I
Yeah,
enjoy it.
so I have Steelback and Piglet, who are 2 of the highest point scorers, as well as Hoonie and Rainover from Immortals, and Hybrid, which is sport. So
Yeah.
looking good.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident about the rest. I traded out. I had Sneaky and Rush and Cloud9 as a team. I switched Cloud9 as a team with G2. I switched Sneaky as my flex with Perks. And I'm leaving Rush in for one more week. I'm going to see how he does. But if not, I'm going to put in
tips jungler Proxen, who they brought in a couple weeks ago, who's done really good since they brought him in. So he's my backup. So things are looking good for me. Corey's putting all his money in the TSM basket with his fantasy.
Yeah, probably the
Yeah.
last week of it.
You gonna try to mix it up a little?
Well,
At
this
some
week
point-
they're playing Renegades and Echo Fox this week, so it should be
Yeah,
a stomp.
You should get a lot of points this week. Who are you playing against this week, Corey?
Unless they just like
well, I'm up
end it
against
quick with not a
Mr.
lot of
Immortals,
kills.
so
You're up
Yeah,
against
me.
Andrew. I mean, yeah, they have a potential to absolutely, like, go nuts. So, because
But
they're
they could
playing against
also-
the lowest teams.
They could also play a slower style though, and
They could, but I feel like everyone
Not
who
get
plays
a lot of
against
points.
Renegades and Echo Fox get a lot of kills. So we'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah. That's our fantasy, our usual fantasy update. We'll keep you posted on how that's going each week, every time we record. So each episode, I want to take like 10 minutes and just, talk about something that's not League of Legends. Because, we're nerds. We like other things. And I'm sure people who like League of Legends like other things too. And on Wednesday,
smash.
a throwback to Andrew and I's old Smash Bros. Podcast, 2 new Smash Bros. Characters came out. Did you hear about this, Corey?
I did.
Corrin and Band.
I did. I have not downloaded them yet.
You haven't gotten them yet?
No, I was gonna do it today probably.
Do it today, because after dabbling a little bit, Andrew and I have come to the conclusion that Corrin is awesome.
Corrin is really fun, which surprised me.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to enjoy Corrin, but man, he's a good time.
Slash she.
What?
Apparently, he said he/she.
Oh yeah, you can choose your gender.
Yeah, and apparently the female one is like exponentially more popular than the male one.
Yeah, dude, why wouldn't you go Goku colored armor? You can only get that with the female, so duh.
Guess so.
Yeah, that's how you gotta roll. So we like Corrin, but how do you feel about Bayonetta?
She's interesting, to say the least.
That is
Right now, yeah, right now, she seems like she has the potential to be really good.
Yes.
But whenever I play her, she just feels weird. Like,
Yes.
because one thing I actually didn't know until I was like messing around yesterday is that if you hold down the button on any of her aerials, the move will like continue, but it won't be like hits. It'll be she's shooting from her guns.
Oh, I didn't know that about her.
Yeah, that's like I didn't know that at all, which is why I wish that the Smash team would do something like patch notes or like character spotlights whenever they release DLC.
Yeah, so you can figure these things out.
Because like, yeah, because it's like we don't know everything about a character. Like, it's just really weird, and she feels a lot slower than I expected.
Yeah, same here. I know, like, her whole thing is, like, doing combos, which has never been my strong suit, so I don't think I'm ever going to be playing as her. Because her whole thing is, like, comboing aerials, because she's one of the few characters that can, like, do stuff after her double jump and, like, do combos
Yeah, she
before
can-
jumps.
She can act out of her up B.
Yeah, it's weird. So, yeah, they're really cool characters. They're not the people I wanted to see in the game. I wanted to see, like, Banjo or Isaac from Golden
Yeah,
Sun.
I
but-
recently saw a post on Twitter, and it was like the Triforce of like forgotten characters or like something, and it was like Isaac, Ridley, and King K. Rool, or Isaac, Banjo, and King K. Rool, or something like that.
Man, Isaac would have been so cool.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and I think
go down
oh,
those
yeah.
characters, Corey.
it was the Triforce of maybe next time, and it's Isaac, K. Rool, and Ridley.
Maybe next time. Yeah, Corey, go get those characters. They're super fun. I think you're gonna really like Corrin because you really like Robin, and he's
Yeah,
kind of
Robin's
similar-
awesome.
Yeah, he's kind of similar to Robin, but with like a sword lance thing, and he's a dragon, kind of. It's cool.
Yeah, that pin, like the pin when you stick your sword in the ground, is like
Oh, I love
extremely good mix-ups.
that. It's real fun.
Like, there was one instance when I was playing against CPUs because I hate online. So the thing I was playing against was recovering off the side of the stage, and so I just jumped off stage and pinned myself
Mhm.
to like the side slash bottom part of the stage, and like just while they jumped up, I just flung myself towards it, and I killed them.
That's
Like,
awesome. He's so
I
funny.
know.
That
So
move's great.
it's gonna be good.
Yeah. So we'll have to play against
Are
each
they
other.
done with DLC now,
That's
or
everything.
Yeah.
That is all the Smash DLC.
Yep.
So
There are rumors that Smash in some form will be a launch title for the NX.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing that I don't want to get into right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's your off-topic little thing.
Off meta. Or
For the
off
week.
meta.
Off meta. That's what we'll call it. Off meta. Speaking of off
I
meta,
mean, speaking of off meta,
let's talk
I'm just
theory crafting.
I'm on point. The
And-
segues.
Support Twisted Fate. Because in the
Yes.
first week, I said I was going to do a thing with support Twisted Fate, and we did it, and there's a video of it. And you, as my marksman that game, you want to talk about, Corey, what happened as support Twisted Fate?
oh man, it was gold cards for days.
Gold card for days, and the poke of the Qs. It went really well, surprisingly. With
It
the
went really well.
with the Frost Queen's claim, I was catching people out. With
Terribly squishy, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter because if I got a gold card on someone, we could just pop them instantly. I believe you were playing as Jinx, I want to say? Or Sivir.
Sivir.
No, you were Sivir.
Yeah.
And so gold card into Boomerang Blade into my Q, and they just like have no health. And it was great. It worked really well. So definitely check out that video at YouTube, Ocean State Gamers. But
Please disregard the parts where we think we're
we
hearing
thought that
teasers.
there was Jhin
We're just-
teasers back when he was known as
No.
Deadshot. Yeah, that was oops. That was our bad. It was an
The
Alawi
the
bug.
Alawi bugs.
Our bad. All right. This
And
week,
it was a 4v5 that game.
was it?
At some point, our Shaco disconnected, right?
Oh yeah. That was so long ago. All right. This week I have two ideas. I don't know which one to choose. So, Corey, left or right? Right.
Right.
All right. So my theory craft for the week: 80 carry Janna. So hear me out. on
80
this one.
carry.
She boosts her own AD with her shield. So you can shield yourself, go in, trade, and because you have a shield on, you take less damage. You have built-in movement speed, and you have built-in disengage. So if it's like you go in to attack someone and they try to jump on you, tornado, disengage. I'm pretty sure her little bird thing that she throws scales off of AP, but that's like a good slowing tool for you to like stay on someone. So, and then her ult's like a heal, which you can like kind of just, if you get jumped on, you can use it, get people off you, or like if you're low in lane, hey, I'm just gonna pop this ult and heal back when you're basically full.
Those Rengars out of there.
Yeah, get those Rengars out of there. So, I'm sure her ratios are not very good, so she won't do a whole lot of damage, but it's definitely something that I think could be interesting and fun. So, what do you think, Corey?
I would say if you were trying to take an AP person AD, Janna is not the best choice.
All right. Well,
I don't think you're gonna do any damage.
no.
No, and like, while I agree that you can kind of save yourself, you don't have any mobility. Like, sure, you have built-in movement speed, but that's up until you tornado someone to try and get them away.
All right.
I don't know. And I guess a lot of taking people as an AD carry depends heavily on like their auto attack animation and missile speed.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I don't really know how fast she attacks,
It's not too
but that ends up being a big issue. Is like you'll take someone AD carry and their auto attack speed is so slow that you lose fights while your auto attacks are traveling to them.
All right, that seems pretty reasonable. Well, I guess we're gonna have to go and try this out. I won't be able to do it today, but later this week, we'll play that game, and we'll
Yeah,
put
sure.
it on the YouTubes, and we'll see how it goes. I have faith. I think it could be awesome. I just need someone to support me. Probably not you. You're not a very good support. Maybe Andrew can support me.
I'll do it.
I can thresh.
All right, that could work. Save my butt. But yeah, that's my theory craft for the week. Well, there you go. We'll see how it goes. Is there anything else anyone wants to talk about? No,
Anything else happen?
not really. Things are kind of steady right now in the league on the Rift. Corey, anything you want to talk about?
Talk about our
No,
ranked
we don't need
placements?
more like talking about dynamic queue and solo queue and all these things.
Yeah,
There's enough of that on the interwebs.
I agree. I enjoy dynamic queue. I think it's fun. Lets me get into it more.
They just
And
shortened the all the timers.
yeah, and you get to be at your role, which is awesome. And then the new champion select is super cool too. My one problem is that it doesn't give me enough noise to let me know it's my time to do something. But other than that, it's cool. All right.
So
well,
many occasions where people just forget to lock in.
Yeah,
Yeah, they penalize you pretty hard for that now too. It's like 15 minutes.
yeah. Well, people are really starting to catch on now and learn, pay attention to the entire champion select. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I guess we'll call it there. Thank you for listening to episode 3 of the Magical Journey, everybody. We appreciate it. Make sure you go on and you can rate us on the iTunes if you'd like. Also, you can go check us out, Ocean State Gamers, on the YouTubes, and see our Theorycraft videos and other cool things that we do. So, yeah, that wraps it up. We'll catch you next time. Goodbye, friends.
See ya.
But
Bye.